The day that matters most is now here. The two best teams have made it to this day.
This game will be won by players who step up in the moment.
Fowler!
What a take. The one hand up.
Well, that's the strength of the West Coast Fever.
That was unbelievable. She flew through the air, Kate Eddie.
Again.
Oh. She's a magician.
Fowler to put them in front at half-time. This would be huge. Oh, the battle continues. This will bring the house down, and it will. So the Melbourne Vixens take a 2-goal lead. And the moment belongs to the Melbourne Vixens. The one trophy that has eluded them is now theirs.
Great scenes at Netball Central last week. The Melbourne Vixens 66-64 over the West Coast Fever in what was an epic decider, viewed by a massive audience on Nine's Wwos Sports right around the country. 93 days in that netball hub, much of which you were the... I guess you're the mayor of that up there for
no,
some
she
time.
was the captain. She was the hub cap. Hub cap.
Oh, my God. It's getting worse.
That one. That
This is
goes
why
wrong.
I never came on set for the last 93 days.
It was, what a way to finish it, though, when you consider what has unfolded this year for netball. Delayed, everyone put together in one region, and away they go.
Yeah, it was amazing, wasn't it? And Vixens were there longer than anyone else. So Vixens and Magpies had to go up 2 weeks early in quarantine because by the time the season started, the players had to get up there. It was all about, Melbourne had gone into lockdown. So Vixens had to get there early. So they actually played the Quarantine Cup against the Magpies in quarantine. That was their round 1 game. So it was just amazing. So you could just see that emotion come out at the end.
Tell me the backstory of the MVP, MJ. That's extraordinary.
Yeah, Marwick and Wenda, Malawian player from... an African athlete who got spotted at a World Cup, got brought out to come through the Victorian pathway system, did her knee a couple of years ago, only made her comeback at the end of last year. But you can see she's such a phenomenal athlete.
Yes.
She grew up in Malawi. Her hut had a dirt floor that she lived in with her family. Playing with a ball. They used to play with a ball made of plastic bags fused together by fire. It's a great story.
You're making that up.
No,
That's too good.
No, go and have a look at I think the Wide World of Sports Netball Hub has a great story about her. For her to win the MVP, she's just a phenomenal athlete, shot beautifully. The comeback from the knee injury, she's got everything. She's a great story.
That is a superb...
You should write a book.
That's a good detail. I love
be a book
that.
in it.
If it's true...
It's true.
Liz,
Would I make it up?
We've been obsessed with the super shot throughout this whole campaign. It's staying. It'll be there for season 2021.
Yeah.
You guys got a bit fiery about it last week.
I like it.
Obviously,
I've always
you're
loved it.
happy to see it hanging around.
I love it, right? But it has divided the netball community, and I think the decision to introduce it for this season was a good one because we weren't sure what sort of season we were going to get. In that grand final, you never felt like anyone was safe, and that's been the thing the whole year. It actually never got used by teams to build big leads, which I was fearful of that. It actually got used by teams to come back from a deficit.
Just so we understand, are the under-8 netballers doing it too, or is it only professional?
No, it's just professional, but I reckon there's a bit of an opportunity for netball to introduce it at senior level to give the older girls something to play to.
Can you narrow the gap? Could it be condensed?
Yeah, and the Australian Netball Players Association came out this week and said, look, only 40% of it supported retaining it, so it's got some opposition through the sport.
But they're
so
not the
I'm
ones
in a
you
minority.
want. Surely you want the people that are on the margins to bring them into the tent. People that are on the margins go, that is fantastic, I want to watch it.
Yeah, and you know what? The record ratings this year, not due only to the super shot, but it added an element as well.
When I say narrow the gap too, I'm talking physically. Can you make it
Oh, yeah,
thinner?
can you make it smaller?
Could you make
I was
it
about to
thinner?
say the Players Association said they'd like to make it smaller. So as
Right,
a
so they
defender,
can
I
do
love
that
it.
too.
But you know what I like about it? It actually brings some other defensive components into it. I'm a goalkeeper, so of course I'm going to like that. And we saw a lot more rebounds, just like rugby. Netball's exciting when it's a contest for possession. And I reckon we saw that a lot more this year. So
great job to you and the team throughout the Suncorp
Thank
Super
you.
Netball campaign as well. A lot of work going behind the scenes to make it happen, as is the case for the NRL Grand Final here live from Sydney Olympic Park. We're back in just a moment. Sports Sunday, and then not too far away, our official coverage of the Grand Final kicks off.